Buongiorno and welcome to the 163rd episode of the Godfather Minute, starring me, Alex Robinson.
And co-starring me, Andy Robinson.
And together we are the Godfather Minute Brothers, here to talk about Minute 163.
Coming at you from Godfather Radio, WCRLO.
What would it be?
What would it be?
WVTO? Like it's with like veto?
Oh, yeah. Or WLTG.
LTG?
Leave the gun. or like OCR, like offer, can't, refuse.
It's not funny that we both have lived on the West Coast now for a number of years, and yet we both went back to W something as opposed to K something.
Oh, I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah, west of the Mississippi, everything's K.
K, okay.
Yeah. Go, Michael.
Are there any? Okay. WKAY coming at you. That would be, and they always have the sound bite. Oh, Michael. What a lame radio station theme, right?
Oh, Michael.
Or just K.
Yeah. Just plays like bland, like the lightest music.
I don't know, it plays old Johnny Fontaine, old hits. Remember she was raptured.
No, that's right. You didn't tell me you knew Johnny Fontaine.
You know Johnny Fontaine.
So,
Alex, repeat after me. E minuto. Numero 163.
Oh, boy. 163.
You got it.
Wow.
Excellent.
163.
Fantastic.
That means 163.
Yeah.
163.
You could work, I don't know if Italy does the census every 10 years like here in the States, but maybe you can get a job. Although you wouldn't be able to count higher than whatever minute we're at.
I guess ultimately 177 will be, that's the last minute of the movie, right?
That's when you'd have to quit the census.
Yeah. And then it would just be 176, 177, and then 177 plus.
Oh, yeah.
Like
plus one.
Just plus, because I wouldn't be able to count after that.
Or suspiciously, every town you went to, there were only 177 people in each of those towns. What a coinkydink.
Well, you know what else is a coincidence? We're talking about minute 163 today.
That's right.
163, the baptism of Michael Risi Corleone.
Michael
Francis Risi. The baptism has ended, and the joyful Corleone family comes pouring out of the church. Their celebration is interrupted by the arrival of Rocco Lampone, the famous murderer who whispers in the Don's ear. Mikey announces that Carlo and he won't be going to Vegas, and they would both have to leave immediately, and that it was not suspicious at all. Their schedule was a killer.
Oh, what would be the soundbite there?
I wish he did do those kind of like puns all the time, like like he goes, "Sorry, Kanye, but you know how it is. Business is a killer." Oh, Michael. Those puns.
When we come back, WKAY. Michael will reveal how he masterminded all the killings.
Mr. Corleone, can we interview you for our show? I'll let you ask one question. Just one time.
And all of our the WKAY radio station, all the radio ads would be all the low budget commercials that we've been doing for years now in the bonus content.
Okay, there you go. Write this down for extra bonus content. What radio shows could the Godfather cast host? Like Tom Hagen would host like a legal show. People would call in with legal questions and so on. Or a podcast, I guess, if you want to keep it modern.
That's right.
So
this evening on WKAY. For listeners, you don't know, but I'm putting my hand in my ear. That's the classic radio station move.
Yeah, we'll have to wait till we have video to be able to do it properly. Yeah.
This evening on WKA Radio, the attorney who knows it all, the man with only one client,
you. So
interesting minute. Before you jump in, what In
What's the deal?
storytelling, what do you call the scene right after the climax? Because I feel like that is this scene. We just saw 4 or 5 sick deaths, murder scenes, assassinations.
Yeah, I guess you could say it's like the epilogue, but I don't know of any specific term that's like specific for the. So like, I guess also because this one has a lot of stuff going on.
There's still stuff going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess his
I guess
move is not complete yet. He's still working on.
I guess you could say the real the real climax of the movie is Kay basically confirming that Mikey is now the Don. That's what I would say is that the boy that she knew is no longer or is subsumed by the tragedy that has happened of.
I would have picked a different moment.
Really? Which one would you pick?
I probably would have said when Tom reveals to Fish that he cannot get him off the hook.
That's the
dun dun dun.
When does that happen in this movie?
That's coming up in, I think, 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow, we are almost done with this.
We are almost done. That's right. So anyway, I think that's because no one sees that coming. That's the big reveal, and that sets up Godfather 2. You can argue that it even sets up the killing of Joey Zaza in GF3.
Hey, speaking of Joey Zaza and GF3, we got some big news we're going to discuss in the bonus contents about the new GF3 special edition that they're coming out with. So I'm looking forward to that as much as other people look forward to like the new Avengers movie coming out.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to say a new Star Wars movie coming.
Oh yeah, like a new Star Wars. I'm that. I'm that excited about the new GF3.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Extra. This just in: Francis Ford Coppola joins the ranks of George Lucas to re-edit all his old movies.
So
box office smash or box office mash or box office mush. Mush. So we'll talk about that in the bonus content?
Yeah, we'll still talk about that in the bonus content.
Okay.
Yes, your question was, is there a term for the post? I don't know. I don't know of what the
literary term. Nothing comes to mind.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, like it occurred to me during this moment when Rocco comes up to him and is like, that like, I don't know if you've ever arranged to have people killed, but if I did it and I knew it was going on at a particular time, I would be very, very on edge. You know what I mean? But the fact that Mikey is going
on the part of Michael,
yeah, like if Mikey knows that while this baptism is going on, like it's a make or break moment in his. Maybe it's good that he has like a distraction, like people can't come up to him during the baptism and say anything, so he's just kind of like.
Well, I assume that during the entire baptism, he's checking his phone for updates.
I think like every few minutes, like someone would come by and like hold up a big sign saying like, or like, elaborate pantomimes indicating which Don had been killed and so on.
Michael, is it true? Okay, just this once. I'll let you look at my Instagram feed.
So yeah, he's very cool as a cucumber.
Very cool
during this whole thing.
I'm assuming he informed all those people to come and see him right away to confirm that it went successful.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that Rocco. It is Rocco, right?
That's Rocco. Yeah,
that Rocco. Fresh from killing, like probably still has powder burns all over his outfit. Yeah. He was doing a machine gun. Don't forget, he was like, he's got to like smell like gunpowder when he's walking around. So and he goes, there's no buffer between him and Michael Corleone.
In the book, there is.
Oh, okay. The book is different than the movie.
The book is different than the movie. The book is different than the movie. The book is different. The book is different. The book is different than the movie. Yeah.
There's a buffer in the book.
A lot of buffers.
Books got more buffers than the movie.
So
yeah, as Cheech would say in the book, oh no, that wasn't Rocco who went up and talked to him.
I have my own family, Senator.
I know what you mean. Yeah. I got my own buffer, Senator. Tom Hagen's just trying to brag at the end. It has nothing to do with Mikey's case.
Yeah.
The courtroom's clearing out. It's so pitiful. They're like, Senator, my client deserves an apology, and I deserve an apology too. I've got buffers.
Maybe not now, 10 years from now.
I could have had a second client and my own family. Enough, Tom. Oh, yeah, I have stock in IBM too.
Tom, there are things that are going on between consigliaries and dons.
Oh, Michael.
So what else do we got?
Yeah, Mikey is totally cool in the scene. Rocco comes up, whispers to him. Mikey whispers something back in front of all these people, all these witnesses.
Yeah.
I guess they feel completely safe because it's family.
You mean like no one's going to turn them in for...
Yeah, that just was unthinkable.
Yeah.
Or is it?
Well, anyway, we'll get to that.
Yeah. Do you tell secrets to your family?
Yeah.
Sure I do. Good, because a crime boss could never be a real crime boss unless he reveals secrets to his family.
Well, so speaking of that, it made me wonder if we see the family pours out and Mikey gets called away. And what would Don Corleone think about that? That here is this very important moment in his son's life, his spiritual awakening. He's taking on, now he is literally Godfather, and yet he leaves to go take care of family business.
Oh, so what would Don Vito think about him mixing the two?
Yeah, why would some part of him be like the whole lecturing him about spending time with your family, and here he is immediately putting business over the.
Yeah, I mean, on the one hand, it's the smart move to get it all done during the baptism. Right. But maybe that's the difference between Michael and Don Vito.
Yeah.
Which
those Mustache Pete's they got sentimental. They spoil their children.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't think Don Vito would have immediately done that.
Yeah. And plus, after his grandchildren, one of his grown grandchildren killed him, he might not be so sympathetic.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, why don't you make that baptism a funeral too? A kid took me down with him, poisoned insecticide.
Don't watch the kids when you're backing out.
Close your eyes when you're backing out. Maybe you'll hit the right one. What else you got for this? I know you looked up history of the church. Did we? Oh, we already talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that in the previous. Well, here's
church.
something. We see, this is kind of like a nice bookend because we see a lot of the Corleone family leaving the church. Like we see the twin girls who...
Sonny's kids.
Yeah. And one of whom, of course, winds up marrying Johnny Fontaine somewhere down the road. So it's especially creepy seeing that, like, they're now, like, basically, that's how young they are. And Johnny Fontaine is already this shriveled up old, weak voiced old man.
Oh, creepy.
Francesca and Kathy are the names of Sonny's twin daughters. We also see Anthony walking around, and he looks like he's the cat that swallowed the canary.
The kid who
murdered the Don. Like he looks so pleased. He has a big grin on his face walking around. He's like, finally, my plans have come to fruition.
He's the one adversary that Michael never ended up taking care of. Because Anthony worked for Barzini. Michael never found that out.
Wait, you mean Talia? Wait, that Anthony worked for...
Talia was just a babysitter. It was Barzini all along. Remember? Or Anthony got the insecticide from Barzini and killed Don Vito.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
and all he had to give him was a few Keebler cookies, those Fudge House cookies.
He just bought them off with a sippy cup and
some cotton candy.
Look, I got some army men for you.
And also, did you catch that one line? Connie, when the family's coming out, Connie walks up to Michael. Connie's holding her baby.
Yeah.
Walks up to Michael and says, "Oh, who's your godfather?" It's a great name. Who's your godfather? Who's your godfather?
And then when Mikey says, "Oh, we gotta go," Connie's all like, "No," Connie's all like, "No, well, Michael."
Yeah.
And what the hell's his name?
Carlo.
Carlos that gets all like, hey, gets all sniffy with her. It's a nice little reminder of like, oh yeah, this is the same guy who broke all the dishes and stuff. Yeah.
Michael Francis Ricci, do you renounce the OCD and tendencies and cleanliness of your father? Clean it out.
Was it the baby?
To the baby response.
That's so creepy. So you think at this point Carlo is totally in with the Corleone? Like, as far as he knows, he is on the straight and narrow, or is he still working with Tattaglia?
You mean Barzini? I can't even keep track of it anymore. No wonder Hagen was so confused. There's a little bit in the book I'm going to read in a few minutes about that, but I get the impression that Carlo is surprised by all of this.
By the
what's coming up.
Oh yeah. But
you're asking, is he still working for Barzini?
When Mikey's like, "Hey, Carlo, we got to stay here," is he like, "Oh, this is good. Barzini's going to want to know about this."
Yeah.
Is he thinking that kind of stuff, or at this point is he? Because it's a few years later now.
I mean, it brings me back to the question: what did Carlo have to gain by working with Barzini to get Santino killed?
There was something in it for him.
Do you think Fredo was that a deleted, not scene, but dialogue in that GF2 scene where Fredo's spilling his beans? He's going through all the people that they had to kill. Paulie was a good kid. There was something in it for him.
Maybe it was revenge for the beating that he got. Maybe they just thought they were going to rough him up or something and didn't know they didn't know they was going to kill him.
Yeah. Oh, Carlo.
That was being naive, Carlo. So
who's your godfather?
The last thing I have is Mikey says I'll only be a couple of days. And so we know immediately that he takes care of Carlo. But like that's pretty much they leave the car together, arrive somewhere, and then that's where he's killed. So it's like they're probably not even on the plane yet, and they've already killed Carlo.
The family.
Yeah, the family. So I wonder what Mikey does the rest of the other days that he has. Is he just like, oh, now I can just relax here for? Yeah, or I guess it's probably a lot of tying up of the loose ends of consolidating the power, having to talk to all the capo regimes, make sure they understand what's going on,
and probably communicating with the next in line of the other crime families, like all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like talking to their second. Yeah.
But if Mikey, if Mikey really wants to throw the police and anyone else off his trail that he had anything to do with Carlo's death, so what they do is they kill Carlo right away, but they are seen with, quote, Carlo around town the next few days, a la A Weekend with Bernie.
Weekend with Carlo.
Yeah, so they either carry him around, or they get a lookalike. They hire an impersonator. So people know it's him. He always has to say, "Clean it up." Wherever he's out in
all
public.
His catchphrases he used to say.
Yeah. I think spoiled guinea brat.
I think they found some Sicilian peasant who looked a bit like Carlo. Dr. Dada gave him a little bit of extra surgery to kind of push him over the line, and his job is solely to he's like a double for Carlo.
Yeah.
And maybe they could even do something where he dies in a hail of gunfire, like pulling off a bank robbery or something.
Something completely away from Michael. And
or just pin it on the Barzini, or pin it on revenge for the baptism stuff.
Even better. Tighten up that package.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
You want a tight package.
Does the guy? I'm assuming the double doesn't know what he's in store. What's he? Do they just call up some New York? Entertainment business, acting business, and try to find someone, or is this someone they've recruited?
It's like a Sicilian. It's like a Sicilian peasant, just like some. Like, hey, we'll pay your way to New York. You get to live in New York City with all the big stars. And then just as soon as he gets there,
you get to meet Johnny Fontaine.
Yeah, totally. Or they get like Enzo to do it or something. Enzo gets the plastic surgery to look
man. That's how they keep him in the country.
Oh, there you go. He takes Carlo's place.
He takes Carlo's identity. He's got to live with Connie for a couple of years. Like, Carlo, you're gaining weight.
Eating all that killer cake.
It's all the cake that my father. Why are you talking like that, Carlo? He even studied Carlo's mannerisms and dialogue.
Hey, clean it up.
Clean it up for my father. My father. He still can't lose that. You clean it up now. Yeah, I go hang out with the Sally Rags.
Sally Rags. What
else do you got?
I think that might be it, or I think that might be all I have.
The only other thing, going back to that who's your godfather?
Yeah.
Connie says that. I think in the very opening scene of the movie, Don Vito should have said that to Amerigo. Who's your godfather? Oh, say it. Who's your godfather?
It seems very like Kojak.
Yeah.
Who loves you, baby? Who's your godfather?
Well, I do have some stuff from the book. You ready?
Now, I understand the book in some ways branches off.
The book branches off from the movie. Oh, no, it's the other way around, right? The movie branches off from the book.
Yes, the book came first.
The movie branches off from the book.
Unless there was a novelization.
Oh, novel. Oh, the big words there.
I went to college to become stupid. Hi, I'm Alex Robinson. I went to college to become stupid, and you can too.
Are you tired of your older brother making fun of you for joining the army? Are you tired of the Japanese dropping bombs on your father's birthday?
Are you sick of guys shooting guys from 60 feet away? Would you much rather get right up and close to them and go bada bang all over your nice Ivy League suit?
I'm Santino Corleone. I'm going to teach you how to open your big mouth during businesses.
And then during the when it's telling you like in those drug commercials where they have to list all the bad side effects. At the end, it'd be Tom Hagen being like, "He might not even be in the car, Sonny." Like all the reasons why you shouldn't sign up for Sonny's class.
Signing up for the class may not result in the Turk being in the car. It may not result in just one client. You might have to show cause in the morning. You might
Run for cover.
I'm Santino Corleone.
Yeah,
I can teach you how to calculate the value of white powder at any time. That's one of the skills they teach you. All right, here we go. Page 162. So there are some differences in the book. Page 162, Puzo writes.
Wait, it's not page 162.
Oh, sorry, page 424.
I was going to say, that would be crazy if it was the same page.
Minute 162. Chapter 31, page 424. So in the book, this whole scene does not happen in front of the church.
Right.
Where they talk about, oh, Carlo, you got to stay here. Yeah. They're all back at the house, at the mall.
Yeah.
Puzo writes, the Carlo Rizzi family was to take a vacation in Las Vegas in preparation for their permanent move to that city. So that was the purpose of the trip. Mm-hmm. Skipping ahead. So Michael said, Carlo, you got to stay with me a few days. Connie had been furious. She had tried to get Michael on the phone, but he had gone into the city.
There's your husband.
Yeah, where's my husband? Where's my husband? She says, he says, don't worry, Connie. I'm going to book passage on the Queen. I'll get there.
Do you think when they arrived in Vegas, do you think Fredo picked him up?
Oh, yeah, totally. Oh, maybe that's when Carlo and
they didn't even tell him the baptism was happening.
And maybe that's when Fredo and Carlo started scheming about like, oh, something for you. Maybe that's when Fredo got the idea.
Yeah.
Carlo was drunk, said, yeah, I tried to get something going Barzini's for something for me. And Fredo
and see how good it turned out for him. Why wouldn't you get in on that?
Let's see. So Puzo writes, Carlo gave her a polite husbandly smile of sexual complicity. I'll be there, he said. She hung out the window. See, all the limos are pulling away to the airport. She hung out the window. What do you think Michael wants you for? She asked. Her worried frown made her look old and unattractive.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Carlo shrugged. He's been promising me a big deal. Big deal. Maybe that's what he wants to talk about. That's what he hinted anyway. Carlo did not know of the meeting scheduled with the Barzini family for that night. So this is all before all the murders happened.
Right, yeah.
Skipping ahead, Michael's talking to Carlo. Carlo said quickly, I don't mind at all.
It makes sense because if you kill the crime bosses first, if you kill Tattaglia first, then Carlo could hear about it and get wise and skip town or something. So it's smart that at least in this one, Mike Lee immediately takes him out and does it. But
yeah, it makes sense. So Carlo said quickly, I don't mind at all. Good, Michael said. Just stay by the phone and I'll call you when I'm ready for you. I have to get some other dope before. Okay?
And if the phone rings, pick it up!
Sure, Mike, sure, Carlo said. He went into his own house, because remember, he lives on the mall now. Mm-hmm. Made a phone call to the mistress he was discreetly keeping in Westbury, promising he would try to get to her late that night. Then he got set with a bottle of rye and waited. He waited a long time.
Long time.
So he's hanging out on the mall. He was familiar with all the guards who pulled the duty on the mall.
Go ahead.
Was even friendly with some of them. He thought he might gossip a bit to pass the time. But to his surprise, none of the guards today were men he knew. They were all strangers to him. Even more surprising, the man in charge at the gate was Rocco Lampone. And Carlo knew that Rocco was of too high a rank in the family to be pulling such menial duty unless something extraordinary was afoot. So there's sort of some suggestions to Carlo's getting some hints that something big is happening.
Why do you think they used all different people?
Well, the only thing I thought of, remember in GF2 when Mikey is confiding in Tom, he says, remember, Pop taught me to think like those around you, and they're all businessmen. Yeah. And so I guess I don't think he wanted to tip off. He didn't want Carlo to get tipped off by anyone that this was taking place.
Because you think if it was one of the guards that he knew, they might feel sympathy and be like, hey, Carlo, listen.
Yeah. Or not even sympathy, just say like, yeah, I heard this big thing is happening. Like, yeah, really, like maybe even like Barzini's getting killed.
Oh, so you think it has to do with the stuff that's happening with killing the crime bosses, not with killing Carlo. It's not like they changed the guards because they're going to kill Carlo and they didn't want.
No, I am suggesting that they didn't want anyone that Carlo knew there that could possibly
and someone
tip him off that this whole thing was happening.
I see.
Because a stranger is not going to really talk to him or
even know what's going on.
Or maybe Mikey had all those guys killed anyway. I mean, who knows? He's cleaning house today. He's cleaning it up.
Yeah, but you can't.
I don't know.
You can't be a total. You can't just kill everyone. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What do you want to kill everyone?
Yeah, wipe them all out. Wipe them all out.
But because then you wouldn't be able to hire new guys. If you had a reputation as someone who was constantly killing your own guys, then you wouldn't be able to.
It's a classic HR quandary.
Yeah,
you want to be a hard ass.
HR quandary, that famous 19th century oil baron.
HR quandary. Well, there you're saying it's one of those that 1,000-year-old puzzle that people are always trying to solve, inherited.
Like a classic paradox for like a Greek philosopher.
Even the Vulcans couldn't crack it. Yes. The HR quandary. So that's all I have in the book.
Yeah. All right, then. I guess that's all we got. Yeah. So I guess what we have to do now is rank it.
Let's rank it.
Or rate it, not rank it.
Yeah.
I think it was the 143rd best minute of the whole movie.
That's crazy. All right, ready? Let's rank it. Ready? We're ranking, not rating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're ranking it, right?
67, 68, 69,
70, 71, 72, 73. Oh, you stopped at 68?
I'm 69. I rated it 69.
I got to keep going.
Okay.
We possibly could rank them if we went back and did an average of all of our ratings.
Well, maybe what we should do for GF2 is we'll give everyone a percentage. We'll give every minute a percentage score. That way we'd have a wider range of numbers. So so let's do that for the next one. On a percentile dice, what would it be?
Another way to do it is every episode we do episode 1.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Episode 2, we have to say, is that minute better or worse than minute 1? And then we put that on the time, not the timeline, and the spectrum.
I see what you mean.
And then minute 3, we put that on the spectrum, so that at the end of the entire movie, we have a true ranking.
So later on, we would say, I put this between minute 143 when Clemenza does this, and minute 7 when
exactly.
All right, awesome? Let's do it. Let's do it.
Totally. Do that.
Let's
it might be hard to do.
We'll give it a try.
Let's give it a try.
Yeah.
And then we'll get someone to cut up the movie and show it in that order.
Wow.
Either in would you want the best ones first, and then it ends with all the K scenes? Or would you want it to end with all those 5-star minutes?
I feel like that one. I feel like the 5-star minutes at the end. Because first, the novelty of it would be enough to get you through it. Of being like, oh, it's so weird watching it out of context. So you'd want the good ones. Once you started getting like, oh, this is really getting tiring, you'd be like, oh, now it's all the good scenes. So, okay, let's do that.
Let's do it.
So, but anyway, right now we got to rate this.
We're rating it, yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Good minute.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we got in store for the bonus content, Alex?
Well, we're going to talk about the GF3, the new edition of the GF3. We got all our usual things.
We got Garbage Pail Kids,
low budget commercial,
D&D stats, Godfather musical,
how Tom Hagen being an illusionist impacts the story.
The Godfather low budget commercial, the product.
Yeah.
Interviewing Jaws. What historical figure would they meet?
That's true. Yeah.
Horoscopes.
Yeah, we're constantly adding things.
If you all haven't signed up for the bonus content, do it now. Do it. It's fantastic. It's fun.
And so until you go, you can go do that at godfatherminute.com/support. And until then, who's your Godfather?